All right, we've come to the very end of the I Am Me podcast for 2024. A very big thank you to you for tuning in, but we are not quite at the finish line yet. I am here with the founder and group MD of Modern Centric Holdings, Zakhele.
Hi, Tabile.
What a day we've had.
Oh, what a day.
Finally, we're here. How do you feel?
Overwhelmed, blessed. I've been crying that stage. It was a moment because us as leaders, we don't show the heart.
Yeah.
Most of the times. We don't show the heart. We always think that, hiding your true self is going to get you good results. But I've realized one thing with myself that, when you show your true self, that's where you get that good result.
That's when you get
So that's what happened today. I know that a lot of people are not expecting it, but I did it.
The one thing that I absolutely love about today is I'm seeing that today came about because of a long line of cultivating relationships and people supporting and believing in your dream. What does it mean for you to have the I Am Me conference here today with all these people that have seen your dreams basically unravel in front of them?
Tabile, just to sum up today, to have corporate South Africa in one room and speaking of diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, that is something. For me, it basically tells me that we are actually a step right direction. That's what it is for me.
Let's talk about bringing a conference like this to life. Why do you feel like it needs to communicate to people who look like me, sound like me, and others who are differently abled, who are usually, marginalized, and there is no light on them?
Purely for one reason. You look at the inequalities in South Africa when it comes to all these underserved, marginalized, underrepresented communities such as the LGBTQIA+ community, looking at persons with disability, vulnerable women, vulnerable girls and youth. And you look at all these communities and you'll see that there's still a lot of segregation. That's the first thing. But over and above it all, for me, it's just the inequalities. If you look at United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 10, it speaks of reduced inequalities, and that is basically what it is about today, is to align ourselves with where the world is going. Because if we don't, we'll be left behind in a few years. So that is what Modern Centric Holdings is doing. The Modern Centric Holdings with its subsidiaries is driving this narrative of making sure that by 2030, no one is going to look at me and say Stabane. No one is going to look at you and say Usisputi. No. But they'll see a human who's a soul,
valuable,
who's just having a human experience on earth. That's all.
Someone may look at this interview and may look at today and the success that today has brought and be like, oh, look at Zakhele, he's done it. It's so easy to attain and achieve diversity and inclusion. Is that statement true?
No.
And how do you even begin to tackle that?
I said something when I was doing my vote of thanks. I said, what we are fighting today, the next generation cannot be fighting what we're fighting. They can be fighting other things, 4IR, 5IR, those things. But today, for me, it basically says we've started the work. We've started the work, but there's still a long way to go. And that's what we are doing. Taking this initiative, to the World Employment Confederation next week, as I'm speaking as a keynote speaker, to actually hear the president of the World Employment Confederation saying, I'm endorsing I Am Me. I'm taking it to all the countries. What is that? That's a step in the right direction. We are not there, but definitely we are heading the right direction. We're on our way there. And we can't do it alone. We need corporate South Africa. We need communities. We need government. So yeah.
And looking at the success, we came, we saw, we had fun, we engaged. We hopefully inspired a few corporates to go back and get it right. How do you feel going back home, knowing that you've touched, you've impacted and influenced so many people's lives?
Blessed are those who get to do what they love in their lifetime.
Amen. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm so grateful. Thank you for taking a chance on me. I've had such a good time. Thank you to all the corporates that chose to sponsor and align with a conference like this that aims to shine a light on those that are marginalized. And we'll see you in Durban and the other provinces and
Yes.
ultimately the world. Keep shining, keep being you, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye. Oh! This was so good.